Go. Yes, we are. We are on the air. All right, fantastic, guys. Fantastic. All right, guys. So I wanted to do this easy. All right, so guys, welcome to this live stream today, guys. I wanted to do this quick little update for you to help you guys out, explain to you what's actually going on in the markets right now. I've had so many emails and DMs and all that sort of stuff to try to, they've been saying, John, what's going on in the markets right now? How do I understand what's going on in the markets right now? And how do I get ahead? So that's what this here is going to be. That's what this live stream is going to be about in today's stream. So let's get straight into the markets right now, guys. I'm not gonna keep this up too long, but let me get straight into it. Firstly, guys, let me start off with the typical disclaimer. Guys, do not place trade based on what you're seeing in this session today. Your trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets, and trading is a hard and difficult thing. So be smart about the way that you're trading. Also, guys, if you haven't, you can get access to the Master Trader Lab monthly, and you can grab a free trial now by going to Master Trader Lab. If you would like to get monthly trainings from me and also a whole bunch of brand new bonuses as well too, then go to Monthly Trader Lab, mastertraderlab.com to grab your free trial to the Master Trader Lab. That's going to really, every single month I'm going to be releasing brand new trainings to help you become a much better trader in the markets. So let's get straight into what's going on in the market, what's going on right now in the markets. I'm going to share with you what's going on, because a lot of people have been saying, how do I get ahead in the markets and so on and so forth. So firstly, what I want to share with you in the markets is this, okay, is that the markets have definitely topped out. We've definitely topped out in the markets right now. We're looking at the S&P 500. And what I'm looking at right now is, remember, whenever we're looking at the markets, whenever we're trading the markets, we always want to make sure that we are just reading what's going on in the markets right now. We never want to try to guess or work on hope work or work on what we think, hope or fear. We always always want to work on what's going on right now in the markets. So what we can see right now on the S&P, and let me actually bring up the Dow Jones here for a minute. What we can see here on the Dow Jones is that the Dow Jones is obviously, as you guys know, for the last month, I've been saying that we're getting ready for a big drop. That actually happened. We had a big drop down through here. And now we're actually finding a bit of a bounce where we are right now. A bit of a bounce, and we're getting a bit of a rally through here. So what does this mean? Where are we in the market of things? And what's likely to come moving forward? So the thing is this, guys, is that throughout my entire career, instead of us trying to figure out what's going on right now and trying to guess where the bottom is and so on and so forth, the most important thing you need to do when trying to understand where we are in the markets is just follow the charts, follow what the market is telling you. So right now we can see, if I bring up my charts here, right now we can see what? We can see that if we have a look, and I don't have a drawing tool here, do I? No. So, but if we see this whole bit through here, okay, this whole bit through here is indeed what? It's a period of where the market has just been going sideways. This is what I call energy building. And the energy building was actually there for quite some time, and we broke to the downside. We broke to the downside and we broke out into the downside. So if we actually just go back and we have a look at what the market is doing right now as I speak, as we can see that the market had that big sideways phase for a long time, and now we just broke out. So as we can see right now, I was expecting some sort of a bounce soon in these markets. And the reason why, there's a few reasons why. But if you have a look at what's going on right now, is that remember how the markets work is that the markets go for a run and then they go for a pullback. They go for a run, they go for a pullback. They go for a run, they go for a pullback. And so many people get so tied up into what's going on right now, what's going on today, this daily candle or this bar right now. And it really isn't good to help you move forward in the markets when you're trying to trade that way. Now, what I mean is that so many people are like, oh, we had a big 1,000 update. That means the next bull run is going to happen. We're going to go through new highs. And the wrong thing to do is, whenever you're trying to trade the markets, is that you just want to be able to say, okay, what's going on right now? What's the overall picture telling me? And who's in control? So if we just simply have a look at this here, we have a high up here. we have a lower high, and we have a lower high, and now we've had this big sharp drop down, and now we actually created a nice significant lower low. So right now, as I speak, this market is in just a bit of a rally right now, a bit of a pullback. That's all it is. It's not the trend is completely changed, and now we're ready to race up to new highs. That can happen, and we need to be very aware of that. It's not that the buyers are coming in control, because if you look at this here, from this point here to this point here, as you can see, we've had this big, strong selling move, and we've had a little pullback right now. So as I speak right now, the buyers are not in control, the sellers are in control, and the sellers are knocking this down. This is just the normal flow of how the markets work. And this is one of the biggest things that stopped people from getting ahead when it comes to the crypto market. Okay, when it comes to the crypto market this entire year. And I saw this time and time again. Now, what I mean by that, let me actually bring out my little Snagit tool. And I'm going to bring this up. I'm just going to bring up this Snagit tool here for a minute. What actually happened was this, is that the market would be going down, step down, and have a little rally through here. And then we go for a bit of a run. And what would happen is that the market would start to get a little bit of an uptick through here. And a lot of people would say, oh, the market is now bottoming out. The market is now reversing. The market is now X, Y, and Z. So they start to pile into here, and they go up for a little bit through here, and they think they got it right? They think they got it right in the markets. But remember, guys, is that when we talk about trading, we're always talking about probability in the markets. And one of the worst things that I have done in my trading career when trading the markets, remember, talk about probability, is trading against the trend, is trading against what the market is doing right now. Wait for the market to change to tell you that you should change. So right now, and this will happen in the crypto market this entire year. And there's something they'll go through here. Then suddenly what would happen is the seller would come back in, bam, and make it and break it down. And then the traders that would trade in that market, doesn't matter what market you trade, they would say the market's manipulated, the market's this, the market's that. And so by looking at these markets and by trading these markets, you can see by these rallies, they're short-lived. Now, we don't know when the trend is going to change, and we don't know when the overall sentiment is going to change. But as we look right now in the markets, especially on the Dow Jones and all the indices, we're just getting a little bit of a rally through here. On my YouTube channel, on my community tab, I actually put out a little post, and I actually said that the markets right now are rallying up just shortly. I just mean just very, very smallly through here right now. Smallly, there's a word for you. Smallly. So that's what's happening right now. But as we speak right now, remember, we can never trade based on what we think, hope, or fear, right? Because what we think is going to happen may never happen. What we hope is going to happen always never happens. So it's always important to say, okay, what's going on right now in the markets, and trade in that. I've had so many people DM me. So that's the reason why I'm doing this live stream for you today, to help you guys out and say, okay, guys, it's okay, right? It's okay. You've got to expect this is how the markets work. They go for a drop and they pull back, and they go for a drop and then they pull back and they go for a drop. So that's how the markets work. Or sometimes we just go sideways like that. So when we're looking at the markets right now, we're just having a little bit of a pullback, because we've already had a big sharp drop down, and now we're having a little bit of a pullback. Same with the S&P 500. We're just having a little bit of a pullback, and same for the NASDAQ as well too. We've had this big drop down, big drop down, and then we're just getting a little bit of a pullback. There is nothing bullish about these markets through here. Remember, guys, whenever you're trading the markets, it's all about probability. There is no certainty in this thing. So we need to do whatever we can to stack the odds on our side of it being a successful trade. Firstly, you need to have your setup, but most importantly is that you're trading with basically who's in control of the market at that time. So you can see what's going on right now. We've had this bit of a drop down, and we have this little rally up. So I see the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones has had this little rally through here. I see the Dow Jones heading down towards the 20,000, and ultimately heading down towards. Ultimately, I see an actual, not a 90% correction or whatever. I see maybe down, maybe as low as say 16,000. That's where I see it at the end of next year. So remember, guys, it's now starting to roll over. The market's rolling over. So it may change, it may not. We don't know, right? We don't know. But what I do say is the market's now starting to break down through here, as you can see. The market's starting to break down. And so as we speak right now, we have to respect the markets. We have to respect the markets. Don't try and fight the markets. We are not smarter than the markets. I'm not smarter than the markets. I've had a very, 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 very successful few months now in trading the markets, and I've hardly traded. I'm trying to tell you that, guys, is because I'm only trading. I've only been trading a few times per month, actually. And the trades I'm still in right now are doing really, really, really well, because I'm not trying to fight the market. I'm just respecting the market and allow the market to do what it needs to do. So that's what you're looking at there right now when it comes to the Dow Jones. And I wanted to give you guys just a quick little update on the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the Dow and where we are right now. And this is just the start of a lot more downside. And there's a few reasons why we're getting a bit of a bounce here. If we have looked technically is because we've actually had, if I bring up the S&P 500 here for a minute, and I bring up, say, the weekly chart, there we go, the weekly chart. Actually, let me go to the monthly chart here for a minute. And you'll be able to see, right? You'll be able to see that we actually came into, let me do this thing through here. We came into, as that level, roughly that level through there. So we came to almost down to this support level through here, and then we bounced. On the futures market, it actually got to there and then it bounced. So that's the same for the Dow Jones as well too. Like, I do expect to see some sort of the long term, the absolute long term in the markets is this long term support level is through here somewhere. So I see probably down through there somewhere. So I see the market, I see the Dow Jones getting down to at least this. This is the daily chart back now, getting back down through here. So technically, firstly, what happened technically we just had a bit of a drop, and you'll notice whenever the market gets too far away from the 52 moving average, the market likes to bounce back and have a bit of a correction there. Meaning, it just, whenever we get too far away, it's like an elastic band, and we get back close to the 52, and then we go for a run again. That's what happens generally most of the time. And so that's what's happening right now on there. Now, fundamentally, what could this be? Fundamentally is that, remember, at the end of the year, that's when all the big bankers, right? They get all their bonuses, don't they? So they're probably trying to buy this up as much as they can to try to keep it up as much as they can to improve their performance. But what's not going to happen next year after everything's been done and so on and so forth? Then next year, right? Next year, when everything's said and done, this whole downward movement is likely to continue. There is nothing bullish here, guys, to say go long in this market right now. Absolutely nothing. And when the market starts to change its trend, when we start to go from an uptrend to a downtrend, when the market is truly trending down, and there is nothing bullish about this, where we've actually got as I said before, right, a lower high, and now we've had this very, let me do this thing through here. And now we had this very, it wasn't just a selling move, was it? It was a very strong selling move. The psychology in the markets is that we've made a very strong move down on this daily charts. And so therefore, we've got strong sellers. The psychology of the market is we've got strong sellers. We're getting this little rally up through here. So we have a very good chance of the next few, we have a very good chance of the next few months, the next few months of this continue to roll over and continue to head down from there. So that's basically what's happening in the markets right now. We don't want to fight these markets. Now, that's what's happening right now in the short term, guys, okay? You always want, if you're a short-term trader, if you're trying to get in and get out, maybe on a few day basis or maybe on a few week basis, well, it's so important to keep an eye on that daily chart and also that weekly chart. But looking at that weekly chart, this is the very first time we've actually broken a lower low through here. Now, remember, we have just come out of this big energy, this massive sideways, which is energy in the markets, and now we're just breaking out. So this energy sort of section through here, call it time, tells me we have a lot more downside to come. And this is just a nice bounce out of these markets here. Do not be trying to fight the markets right now. It's it's so important to not do that in the markets there, you know. And that's the reason why I've created the membership area that I'm giving a free trial to. When you go to mastertraderlab.com, you can get a free trial to that. Every single month I'm going to be teaching you and sharing with you the most important things to reading the charts and understanding the markets itself. See, Anthony, I can see you saying in the chat box, but the monthlies haven't turned around. The monthly, when you want to look at the monthlies, you're going out too far. You want to go to as I'll say the weeklies and then the dailies and really use that. Using the monthlies, you're just going out too far from there. Now, if you're using the monthlies, what does the monthlies actually tell us? Well, if you're using the monthlies, well, and again, Anthony, if we're using the monthlies here, what I see happening on the monthly here is this. Remember, how do the markets work? They flow. We go for a rally up, and then if we had a big rally up, then we actually have a pullback through here, right? So then we have a bit of a pullback in the markets, and then the markets rally. So knowing that, if all things were equal in this here, knowing that in the markets, if all things were equal, then we are due for a 50 to 60%, maybe more of a pullback. And as you can see, right, that this has been one big, we've had an up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways. So we've had a very extended move to the upside, looking at the monthly charts here, without any decent or significant pullbacks. So that tells me from this low point to this high point, we have at least a 50% pullback to get to some equilibrium on this monthly charts. And if you want to go from the actual recent low through here, this recent low, then this here right now is a 50 to 60% pullback in the markets. So even with the monthly charts are telling us that we're likely to get a 50 to 60% pullback, and that's where I believe we're going to get a pullback to there. And that's where I believe we're likely to get a bit of a bounce, by the way, is around that there. But remember, the markets do go through cycles. And it's so important to not try to fight against that. And depending on what trader you are, remember, if you're a short-term trader, meaning you're looking to get in and get out on even on a few days or a few weeks basis, then looking at the monthly chart is completely useless to you. It's not going to help you at all when you're looking at those monthly charts. The most important ones is those weekly charts, because once those weekly charts start to turn around, that's when it's all over from there. And then you start to look at the daily charts, and then you're trading from there. Remember, if we're actively trading these markets, we don't want to be trying to say, okay, well, I'm going to go long this market because the monthly chart is doing this. Wrong thing to do, because if that daily chart starts to, which it is right now, it's been strong sellers, the psychology is a downward trend, then please, guys, do not fight the markets right now. If you're trying to buy it right now, you're trying to be smarter than the markets. Wait, if the market is going to go through another bull run, it will tell you. That's where so many people have gone wrong in the crypto market. And that's the reason why I made a nice profitable short trade, in the last few months on that thing, is because I wasn't trying to fight the markets. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you guys in this section through here. I'll definitely go through some questions. So yeah, guys, as you guys know, that I've actually just launched my brand new Master Trader Lab monthly. You can grab a free trial. You can go to mastertraderlab.com, grab your free trial to that. Plus, I'm also giving away some goodies and all that sort of stuff as well too, to help you guys out as well too. So if you're interested if you want to learn more about chart reading, foundations, and so much more to help you get ahead in the markets and receive monthly trainings from me, things like what you're learning about here, but a lot more detail, then go get your free trial for that. Let me go answer some questions now in the chat box that I'm seeing here. Alrighty, so let me just do this here. I want to pop out this. All right, there we go. So I can now see all the questions. So I'm going to go through the questions here to answer you guys, to help you guys out here. Hey Trump, markets will reverse after double bottom. Don't try and fight the market, man. Don't try and fight the market. What you're saying right there is that you hope or you think it's going to make a double bottom. If it is going to be double bottom, let the market tell you. Don't try and be smart of the markets. John isn't a long-term trend up. Looks like monthly similar scenario 2016, where it dodged making a lower low. Yeah, again, Anthony. Again, I was explaining that before as well too. Like even on the monthly charts, we're likely a bit of a pullback because we've been going up for quite some time. So focus on those weeklies. Those monthlies is not really a good thing to look at there. To try to see what's happening right now, look at the weeklies and the dailies, and that's going to really help you out there. What are your thoughts on Bitcoin? Still down, I reckon. Matthew, it's Bitcoin right now is simple. Look at the formation that's happening on the Dow Jones right now. This is exactly what's happening on the Bitcoin. It really does come down to something simple as this, guys. Is that we're not smarter than the markets. Trade what you see, not what you hope for. Trade what you see, not what you think is going to happen. Trade what you see, not what you fear is going to happen. Because right now, people right now are getting into crypto, right? People right now buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin just got hammered. It's just had a little bit of a pullback. It's the bottom in crypto. I've had so many people out there to say, oh, the bottom is in the crypto market right now. I'm like, no, it's not. It's been doing this. It's been doing this entire year. Haven't you crypto maniacs actually got it yet? That what is it doing? What is Bitcoin doing? I haven't actually got my charts up here. Actually, you know what? Let me do this here. I'll bring up. Let me go to investing.com and then I'll bring this up here. And then I'll finish up here. But guys, the whole thing is, guys, is that it doesn't, the crypto market doesn't bottom until it bottoms. All right. And for people that are trying to get involved with crypto right now, it's what you want to do is you want to just wait for the market to tell you it's turning around, and the market will tell you that. Okay. It's not a matter of one day or one bar that makes that makes it, makes it that. Let me just go through this here technically. So we've had a bit of a pop through to the upside today. So again, guys, it's so important that you just focus on what the market is telling you and never trying to pick bottoms through here. So let me just go through daily chart through here. And then I'm just going to go through here as well too. Okay, so if I'm looking at this market right now, and let me go to the weekly chart. All right, if I'm looking at this market right now, firstly, what has it been doing? It's been making what? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. It's had a big drop down. Now we're rallying up. There is nothing changed about this. Nothing changed. People think, oh, we're now at the bottom, and we're now at the bottom on crypto, and we're going to explode. They've been saying the same thing this entire time. And remember, I explained to you before at the start of the session, right? This is one of the biggest mistakes that people make, is that they look at the bars. They say, oh, the crypto market's bottoming out right now. It looks like it's making a head and shoulder formation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what? You may be right. It may be, it may be a bottoming pattern right now. But wait for it to tell you that it's turning around. And right now, there is nothing here telling me that at all. We went through a bit of a sideways period. We had a nice drop down through here. This one I shorted it. I grabbed about 80% of this down move, which is quite nice. And then I've had a little rally through here, and then that's basically what's done. And now we've had a little rally up, and now people say, Bitcoin's going to explode because we've had a few up bars. It's like, of course we're going to have a bit of a pullback. Look at all this big down move through here. So again, guys, don't try and fight the markets. When the market turns around, don't try and pick the bottoms, because you're going to be wrong. You're going to be wrong more times than not. Wait for the market to do what it does through here, right? What is this here? A nice little high low. Let the market tell you that first, and then jump on that trend. Remember, it's never about one bar or 1 week. It's about what the big picture is doing there. So important there, guys. And that's why, like, once again, guys, with the free trial I'm giving away to the Master Trader Lab at mastertraderlab.com, it's so important to understand these simple but basic things to help you get ahead in the markets. Okay. Crash well overdue on the stock market. Try making money in 2019 on crypto coins. Check out. I hope you can see money makes sense dent coin. That's I hope you can see if what you're listening to what I'm saying here, man. I promise you, don't try and, no matter what you're trading through there, it doesn't matter what the research says or anything like that. Because guess what? The research has been amazing fundamentally for all these cryptos, right? The crypto market's gotten hammered this entire year. Be smart about it. Wait for the market to turn around. And don't believe everything you read or see on the internet when it comes to research, guys. Just, you know, trade the fundamentals, trade the truth. 2016 was a bit different because there was a QE3. There was no more QE. Put it this way, guys. Put it this way, all right? And I'm going to leave you with this here. When we're looking at where we are right now in the cycles, guys, please think about this. If we went down to 0% interest rate and they did QE to prop the market up, right now they've been raising interest rates where interest rates are hurting asset prices, and now they're doing reverse QE, meaning they're starting to liquidate. What do you think is going to happen to the markets? You know what I mean? It's like that's the common sense thing about what's going on right now. I know we're at the top. Just look at the common sense of things. If the QE and low interest rates made it go up, and if you look at the markets right now, of course the market's going to be pulling back. Of course we're getting a bit of a sell-off in the markets. Why? Because if we're looking at the markets right now, again, when we're looking at the cycle of things, why? Because 0% interest rates and QE made it prop up. Now they've actually been raising interest rates. Interest rates are hurting asset prices. That's the reason why we're being getting a drop. And didn't you notice as soon as Powell actually rose the interest rates again and said we're going to rise the interest rates again even more, then the market dropped even more from there. So, and now we're having a bit of a pullback. So the raising of interest rates are hurting asset prices right now. And they're starting to unload their balance sheet, which simply means that it's the reverse effect. It's a deflationary effect. So guys, please just look at it from a logical point of view of where we are right now in the cycle of things. Okay. So wouldn't it be good to wait to Monday's close on the monthly chart? Yeah, Anthony, man, I wouldn't worry about the monthly chart, man. I don't know why people think that this pullback here is just going to be another pullback before we rally. It's like, look at all this sideways movement through here. Massive sideways movement through here, and now we're dropping out. This is definitely different to 2016. Definitely different. Look at all that sideways movement, and then we drop down, and we created some sort of head and shoulder formation too, guys. If you're looking at these markets, shoulder here, head here, and shoulder here as well. Same for the Nasdaq as well too. Looking at those weekly charts, even looking at those weekly charts. Look at that there, shoulder, big massive head, guys. The market doesn't spend 12 months developing a big head and shoulder formation and dropping down for no reason. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Once again, guys, if you would like to learn more about these trainings and get my help and receive monthly trainings from me as well too, and get access to some free bonuses, then head over to mastertraderlab.com, mastertraderlab.com. Grab your free trial, check it out. I've already got the very first training in there for the monthly training. And if you have any questions, then let me know, and I'll be glad to help you out. All right, guys, thanks a lot. I hope this helped you out. Remember, you're not smarter than the market. Don't fight the market. Trade what you see, not what you think, hope, or fear.